Motherfucker, I'm a beast. See this world turn me out. With them toolies, I'm a freak. It's a full moon out. I'm a wolf of God eat. Now I don't deal with fuck niggas, so my nigga keep it brief. I don't trust the white man. I can only trust my right hand. Born up in the war. It's like '03 up in Baghdad. Take you to my hood where the sun don't really shine at. All we know is go. See, we know forgiving toe tags, PTSDs. Come and see how we living. It's a war of the block better. Hide your children. Youngin' saw this man get shot now. He don't got no feeling. Street turn you to a monster, man. Watch us make a killing. Hit him with that Mossberg. Who that creeping through my window? Heard your girl blowing like this old school Nintendo. She the one who whipped this when that pie was in the window. Afraid from the slave. What you think I'm going in for? I see you creeping. For a pound, what had you leaking? The turkey stuffer. My aim like the Mohican. We big steppers. Fuck around and start tweaking. It's UPK. It's your mind when I'm speaking. It's a big dog yard. Where the fuck is my bone at? A soldier in the storm, so I'm used to the combat. First roller, 7 got copy the format. One West, we step on shit like a doormat. How you trying to take our shit and try and run with the shit? Got me looking at you niggas like you son of a bitch. And I'm down for my niggas, so put my name on the list. Shorty say I can't have wives, but she swallowing dicks. I think I'm the shit. Big things, I'm straight from the rip. Niggas losing their cash, they getting high off their flip. I said, fuck the track, but I'm still in the mix. We can put the gun down and go straight to the fist. I'm built for this. I seen this in my dream, it's my fate. Reading through the scriptures, only fill my stomach with hate. Oppression is a bitch, she passed the cup, and all of us drink. All I want is revenge, don't give a fuck about rank. Promise we can make it hot. Me and all my niggas breaking more lives than Jamaican spots. Not because you dropped the dot. Never can I lose to a cracker like I'm Papa Doc. Dreaming trying to raid a spot, cause he the one who pushed the rock. Prove that I'm down for mine. Blood, sweat, and tears in that field, nigga. You can play the house, but I'm a field, nigga. Dressing all black, and I'ma deal with you. Put the mask on. Fuck fighting for a pill, niggas. Real shit. I'm surrounded by them real killers. Look upon the eyes of a real nigga. Know the blood is deep, and I'ma deal with you. When you in the mix, it get dark, keep the still with you. Your clique full of snakes, full of faggots, keep it real with you, nigga. What you talking about? Make sure it's not muted. All right, I'm not muted. All right, bet. So, yeah, somebody telling me, or somebody just said this no sound, but we should be good now. I'm gonna just check it real quick. Check. Check. All right, we good money. All right, so boom. We got, let's do a little recap of what's happening. All right. What happened this weekend. All right, you had Father's Day. All right, and you also had Juneteenth. All right, so Abba, if you could, I know you was holding one scripture for me. Give me Amos 5:21. All right. What we do need to understand is we need to just throw everything that we thought we know away. We need to just throw it away in the trash, like the trash can on fire, because All of these things that we participate in and whatever we think is right is 9 out of 10 is not right, right? And this is why we you know we charge the Christian church for their misleading. Right. This is why we say that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And this is why we are so serious about the work that we're doing here. You understand? Like seeing the things that is going on in our communities across the globe, it's supposed to make you get very mad. That's why the Lord said that oppression would make a wise man mad. Why? Because you're not empowered. You don't have no say so. You know, if you don't own your own business, right? You can't come into the workplace 15 minutes late. They're gonna be looking at you like you're crazy. They're gonna like, excuse me, it's 15 minutes past your time. I don't care. You're supposed to be here. You understand what I'm saying? Like you gotta wake up every day, crack of the dawn. You know what I'm saying? Had to deal with your crazy behind kids. You gotta deal with your crazy behind husband and wife. Then you gotta lay down and go do the same thing. And you gotta wake up all types of hours in the morning. Sun ain't even up. You out there drinking coffee just to make by. You understand? And this is another thing too. We need to see that the COVID-19 was something that was sent from the Lord to give us some rest, right, in this place of hell. Like, if you ever like really think back, think about how much rest you was able to get. Think about the money that the Lord forced them to pay us for just staying home. You know, think about how many relationships was fixed, analyzed on a better level. You understand what I'm saying? Because of COVID-19. That's why we got to start learning the Bible. Because again, everything that we think that we know is right is damn near wrong. Because the Christian church and all these other religions, they all looking at COVID-19 as a bad thing. But one that keep the law, statutes, and commands, ones that know this Bible, we like, man, that's from the Lord. We pray for times like this in a real way. You know what I'm saying? So you was holding the scripture in Amos 5:21, right? You can go ahead and read that.
Okay. This is the book of Amos, to the 5, verse 21. I hate.
The Lord said what?
I hate.
He what?
I hate.
So here goes the Christian church. You know, we got to charge y'all. You say that God don't hate. But here it says that God does hate. It says that God actually hates when we do evil things. You understand? Inside the Bible and all through it. Matter of fact, let's go down to verse 15. Let's go to verse 15 real quick.
This is the book of Amos, 5, verse 15. Hate the evil and love the good.
Say that one more time.
Hate the evil and love the good.
That's what the Lord wants you to do. He wants you to hate the evil. So, you know, a lot of people will give us flack because we say that we are in the Pride Month. We hate homosexuality. We hate abortions. We hate murder. We hate drug dealers. You understand? We hate the thing that is evil. We don't hate our brothers. We don't hate our sisters. We hate whoredom in all ways. We hate it all because we understand that if we continue to do these things as people, as individuals, and as a collective, guess what? You get what you get outside. You understand? You got your family all on drugs. You on drugs, right? You don't know how to deal with your problems. So you get high, you have sex with multiple partners on a daily basis, right? You have kids, you want to live your best life. So now you living your best life, what's going to happen? Your children are going to want to live their best life too. Right. And this is in the Bible that you are supposed to be righteous. Read that again, Book of Shaw.
Hate the evil and love the good.
Keep going.
And establish judgment in the
It's all right. It's cool. So it says establish judgment. That's what we do here in ISUK. We establish judgment, good judgment, no respect of persons. It's supposed to be ordered in our communities. But because everybody wants to do their own thing, everybody wants to resort to victimization, everybody want to be a victim. Right about it? Everybody want to play victim. It's a point where you have to start dealing with your problems.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a time when you have to be real with yourself. What are you doing with your life?
Right.
Yeah, you get to make money. Yeah, you get to have all the fine women in the world and you able to travel and stuff like that, but your morals is not in place.
Right.
You living your best life, your children is going to do whatever the hell they want. You living your best life, you're going to go through many relationships. You're going to go through many relationships because you don't have no real grounding. You don't really know how to love until you come pick up the Bible, because real love is not putting a stumbling block before your woman or your husband.
Right.
A lot of brothers out here don't know how to be men no more. So you teach your woman evil. You teach your woman how to be wicked towards you. You teach her how to be wicked towards other sisters. You hear your woman gossiping about another sister, you're supposed to tell her to shut your mouth. That is evil. Because read verse 15 again.
Okay. This book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 15. Hate the evil.
Hate the evil. You ain't supposed to be talking about your brother or sister. You ain't supposed to be sitting up there gossiping. You understand what I'm saying? Being catty. That is evil. You hear your woman talking like that, shut your mouth. That's being a man. The hell would society try to tell us to do? You understand what I'm saying? Nip that right in the bud. You understand? You sisters, man. You can't put a stumbling block before your children. You understand what I'm saying? You can't sit up there and put a stumbling block before your husband. You might see your husband dealing with a drug addiction and he wants to get off it. Why would you sit up there and do things like pretty much smoke the weed in front of him or pop the pills in front of him? You understand what I'm saying? Don't put that stumbling block before him, man. You're trying to stop it, encourage him, and work with him. Because read verse 15 again.
Okay. Hate the evil and love the good.
Gotta love the good, man. The good things, this is good. And we're going to keep it all the way 100 tonight. Because so many of us want to believe in the illusions that we believe in. Right. The real reality is we are always supposed to pick the good way. Drop that, hold where you at. Give me Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Okay.
I think you know where I'm going at, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you know I'm going to. You understand? Because tonight, man, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. We are in a world of illusion, man. And we don't understand the right from the left. And we really believe that this is the place of our rest. We believe that we can go out and celebrate everything that we want out here and think that it is okay. You celebrate 4th of July and Christmas and birthdays and Thanksgiving. Guess what's going to happen? Your children is going to do it, and they're just going to be another product of America. They're going to believe in the American dream, and the American dream is being a good slave. Right. Juneteenth is a joke.
Right.
Here we go. Our people out there fighting for reparations. Somebody asked me about, it was like, do you get paid extra? I'm like, hold on. Do you think I'm about to get paid extra because of Juneteenth? It's a federal holiday. They ain't finna get my black behind anything. I'll be surprised. I don't sit up there and be like, go to my manager. Hey, master, is there something in there? Hold on. Wait, let me find Say, Master, is there something in there for me? It is Juneteenth and it's a federal holiday. I thought, nah, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about nothing that has to deal with America.
Right.
You should not care about these holidays.
Right.
Learn about these holidays. We're going to get to it. But let me show you where your mindset should be at. Because so many of us think that, oh, it's 2022, I buy it. It's 2022 in the car. We not back in those days. Let me tell you something. That's why your daughter is blowing more rod than a little bit. And your son is walking around here blowing more rod than a goddamn mother. Y'all got the answers though. We think that we got the answers. In ISBK, we have the answers. Why? Because we go to this Bible. You understand? Y'all listen. Y'all want to live your best life and be modern? That's why these young boys out here in Philadelphia and all types of hoods is up there blowing each other's brains out and making rap songs about it. You want to live your best life. You want to live the lifestyle that you want. And that's why your homies getting shot up. Getting shot up till they caught on fire. This is real life. Because I got family and friends that died on these streets. Because they believe that what? It's 2020, 2021, it's 2019, 2013. Yo, man, I'm living my best life, man. I got to get this money. Now they did on the wheelchair, son. Passing through a bag. They want to live their best life, bro. Let's read what you got, brother.
Okay. This book of Jeremiah, 6, verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Stand ye in the ways.
Say it one more time.
Thus saith the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Stand ye in the ways,
mm-hmm.
and see, and ask for the old paths.
Ask for the what?
Old paths.
Ask for the what?
Old paths.
You gotta ask for that old path, man. You better stop thinking that you can go ahead and try to take some alternative route. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna try to take some alternative route and it's gonna work for you. It's not gonna work. You understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna work, and you're gonna sit up there and get the same dumb results. You understand? Now, is that taken away, from being an entrepreneur? You know what I'm saying? You might come up with some new creative way of, like, an AC. You know what I mean? Like, in my head, I'll be like, man, I know when Christ come back, we going back into Jerusalem. We going back to Israel. I just hope that we can have ACs in our cribs. I'm gonna request it. Look, it ain't evil. You know what I'm saying? It's not evil. An AC is not evil. You understand? Like, a cell phone is not evil. You understand what I'm saying? Water, plastic is not evil. You understand what I'm saying? A car is not evil. I will tell you what is evil. Being drunk and high and being behind the wheel. That's evil, because you can hurt somebody. You can murder somebody. Getting high, you understand, and wanting to go kill you and murder your own people, you understand? That's evil. You understand what I'm saying? Like, aborting a baby is evil, and that's not of the old ways. And you got some people that say, well, they did it back in the biblical times, and I always say, what wound up happening to them? You know what I'm saying? What wound up happening to them? They wound up getting put to death. The Lord wound up punishing them in a real way. So what we do have to start realizing is this, that we need to start choosing the old path. Because that old path is what brings real happiness in our life. It actually keeps you grounded.
Right.
The old path, brothers out here won't be murdering one another.
Right.
The old path, brothers would be sitting up there taking care of their kids and taking care of their families and taking care of their neighborhood. More importantly, taking care of their nations. And way more important, they be serving the Lord. That's the old ways. But because of what the oppressor did, The oppressor did something that was so diabolical. He took away our identity.
Right.
Yeah, he took the chains off, but the chains is up here now.
Right.
The chains is in your mind. So when you thinking, that ain't your thoughts. That's a familiar spirit up there in your head, up there going, making you do what? Do evil, man. Read that Jeremiah 6:16 again.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, the 6th and verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the path.
Stand ye what?
Stand ye in the path. Stop it. Stand ye in the ways.
Stand ye in the ways, man. But stand your way, stand yourself in these ways, man. Keep going.
And see, and ask for the old path.
And ask for the old path. You better ask for that old path, man. Following what the Lord said to do. You brothers, stop getting high. Like y'all brothers, and I'll lie to y'all not, man. Y'all brothers gotta stop getting high, man.
Right.
I just had my little brother tell me yesterday, man, his grandpa got slipped some fentanyl in his weed. Well, if we start smoking weed, we won't have to worry about fentanyl.
Right.
If we start popping the perks and the Xanax, you understand? I don't know if they still doing Seroquels. But if y'all start popping these pills, y'all won't have to worry about that. Now everybody want to pop ecstasy pills and all that. When I found out people was popping ecstasy pills, I'm like, man, y'all is going to be some laced up crackheads, man. Because one thing I always knew was about science. And I always knew, like, yo, because I worked in science labs, they have compressors. Like your pills, like you want a Motrin, they gotta compress that and they put that logo on it. They put that stamp on it, right? Let's say stamp, let's say logo, right? They tell you the milligram that you have. So ecstasy pills is compressed. That's why you might have the Flintstones, you might got the SpongeBob characters, you might got the Lucky Charm. You know what I'm saying? Like they all come in different things, and I'm like, y'all don't even know what the hell is in them pills.
Right.
Y'all want to take them. I seen this, the fentanyl overdose happen. I predicted it. I was like, they're going to start giving y'all fake perks. And like, I say like 2 years later, they started giving out fake perks, fake Xanax. And I was like, dang, they giving out fake Xanax. The Xanax is cheap. On the streets, it's cheap. But they are cutting it. And like some people actually want to get high off of fentanyl. Some people actually require it, but some people actually want to come close to death. They say only a little bit can kill you, right, because it's so potent.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead.
I got what is fentanyl used for, sir?
Fentanyl, look it up.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid typically used to treat patients with chronic severe pain or severe pain following surgery. Fentanyl is a Schedule II controlled substance that is similar to morphine, but is about 100 times more potent.
Yeah, so fentanyl is like a pain reliever.
Right.
Right? So let's say you might have went through an extreme surgery, right? And they might give you a certain doses of fentanyl. And these are doctors and scientists. The medical field, they're perfected. They have perfected the doses that you need of fentanyl if you go through certain surgeries. Right. The same way with Percocets, oxycodone, they got to give you a certain milligram to deal with this type of certain pain that you have. Right. You know what I'm saying? Most sickle cell patients, they got to use Percocets when they start going through the episodes, because it's very painful. But when people want to sit up there and just want to get high, run away from reality, when you don't want to actually keep the commandments of God, when you want to do it your own way, and you don't want to choose the old path, you want to choose the new, then you would get high off of fentanyl, and you'll be in the hospital, and they'll be up there trying to pump that out your system. You all hooked up the IVs, and they're trying to get it out your system and help it pass through. They hitting you all types of shots to keep you not falling out. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, you want to go through all that? Let's go deeper. The old path. We never was supposed to follow any of these holidays out here.
Right.
You can go back to Amos.
Okay.
Right? So everybody celebrated Juneteenth. Everybody's about to celebrate 4th of July. It was so black on Juneteenth. It was so black. We went to the festival here in Philadelphia. We went to also Trenton, New Jersey. You know, it was back-to-back days. We went out there not to celebrate, but to do the work of the Lord. That's where all our people was at. We're going to pass out these flyers. We're going to try to get y'all brothers and sisters in class. Y'all got any questions while we out here? You know, we're going to network with our people. So we out there. Let's start off with Trenton. First off, Trenton, New Jersey is a beautiful place. And it's primarily where our people reside in Jersey, right? It's a primarily black and Hispanic neighborhood. So we out there. Of course, you're going to see Esau setting up shop. You know what I mean? Trying to push the Bible and trying to do all this extra stuff. Right. We literally seen, and I lie to you not, these black people was dressed up in union uniforms, right? They dressed up in union uniforms, and find me when Abraham Lincoln said that black people are not superior to white people. I'm trying to find that article as I break this down. So we out there and we see these brothers dressed up in the union uniforms. If you don't know what the Union is, that was the North. That is the North, just like the Confederate is the South when it came down to the Civil War. So they was dressed up in the Union North attire in the military clothing. They had a pinch tent, and they had like people was coming past to take pictures. And lo and behold, they had a double. You know, the oppressor was there. And the oppressor sitting there looking like he fresh off of the plantation. He got the mustache, the pointy mustache, and the beard, the chin head down there, and he got the long, furry dog hair, and you know what I mean? He got the union uniform on. And I was just like, good night. We are so destroyed that we believe that we should go ahead and put on a union uniform. Whenever I buy, get it. You got it? So we about to read his history, right? And don't never allow these people to make you believe that it was all love and hugs and kisses when it came to you, because that's not it. That's far from the truth. They actually don't give a damn about you. And it was never so for everybody to be so kumbaya and, oh yeah, you know, the North, man, you know, y'all liberated. No, it was a money thing. They didn't want the South to have all that power. They wanted to make us be able to be their consumers. Because they know, man, we got all these factories, but the South is booming. So they're like, you know what, man? We're going to sit up here and get these black people on our side in this civil war. You understand what I'm saying? But Abraham Lincoln said something real heavy to remind y'all. You got it?
Quote.
Yeah, it's a quote. Go ahead. You can read it.
You mean the whites are intellectually the superiors of the blacks and therefore have the right to enslave them?
Say that one more time.
You mean the whites are intellectually the superiors of the blacks, and therefore have the right to enslave them? Yeah.
So here go Abraham Lincoln saying, like, yo, these people are inferior to us, and you have the right to enslave them. But he had a plan to sit up there and bring the power back to the North and be able to try to gain control. And let me let y'all understand something. Those slave masters got their reparations. You You understand what I'm saying? They got their reparations. And not all of us left. Because a lot of them, they had to bring marshals down to really let us go.
Right.
You understand? But them people, man, those slave masters was like, listen, you get off this, you try to leave this field, I'm going to blow your head off, you and your family. You understand what I'm saying? So here's the thing. Juneteenth is a joke. It was never about something about you being liberated. It's just that the chains came off. But we allow some white man to sit up there and make it a national holiday for us to celebrate. You understand what I'm saying? When we got the holidays in the Bible,
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We up here, so, Juneteenth, yeah, we got to celebrate that. We got to celebrate that. Listen, don't never get it twisted. We got to always show love to our ancestors. But we ain't never get free.
Right.
We still ain't free. No matter where you try to go in the world, you always going to have to pay tribute, pay taxes. You're going to have to sit up there and answer to somebody.
Right.
And that's just the truth.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Is there any more on that?
That
That was it? All right. So let's go back to Amos 5:21.
Okay. This is book of Amos. 5, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
I hate.
They said what?
I hate.
What?
I hate.
I hate. Keep going.
I despise your feast days.
He what?
I despise your feast days.
Yeah, the Lord said he despised your feast days. Talk not about your feast days. We wasn't supposed to be out there celebrating on Juneteenth, man. The Lord didn't give us that to celebrate.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? The Lord gave us the Passover, the Feast of First Fruits, the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets, the Day of Atonement.
Right.
You understand, man? I keep going. The Feast of the Unleavened Bread.
Right.
You understand what else? Purim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Feast of Tabernacles. Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We have our own holidays, but we follow after the heathen, man. And the Lord said not to do that. And this is why we're in a predicament that we're in now, because we don't realize that we had to separate ourselves spiritually from these people.
Right.
We had to separate ourselves mentally and to a certain extent physically, to the point where we won't sit up there and do their drugs. We won't live their lifestyle. You understand? We won't sit up there and murder our own people, because that's what they do. And they plot against us to do it.
Right.
They sit around, and this in the Bible, they sit around and really plot on our demise. They really plot that we sit up here and not be good parents.
Right.
They don't want you to be a good parent.
Right.
I literally was downtown, and I don't even show emotions. You understand? But I was downtown, and some oppressive, and these two oppressors. One white woman. I'm just saying, one white woman, one white man. They on the corner, Planned Parenthood. I seen the jacket, and I got my headphones in. And like, I'm already not feeling good today. Once I saw that Planned Parenthood, I had the meanest look on my face, like, because that's Esau, our oppressor, the devil that the Bible speaks of, plotting against us. Because her sitting on that corner promoting Planned Parenthood, you know what that does? That actually sits up there and get women to say, hey, where y'all location at? Hey, we offer abortions, we offer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want to abort them babies? Come to us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's what they really out there for.
Right.
They don't care about you getting a birth control. The birth control is whatever.
Right.
They really want you to abort your babies.
Right.
And that is a plot against our nation, because they don't multiply like we do. White women and white men have issues with having babies. Us is natural.
Right.
Guarantee you'll never see a Mexican family having hard times to have a baby. Look, Ephraim, all the tribes. Good night. Look at Benjamin and Judah. You know what I mean? You ask a brother, man, how many kids you got? He like, I got like 4 or 5. You know what I mean? Shoot, I got like 6. Man, you better not ask Isupk right. He like, I got like 6. He say it like it's nothing. He like, what? That ain't nothing, man. You know what I mean? Listen, we had babies, and to show you in the Bible, remember, Pharaoh wanted to murder our children.
Right.
He wanted to cut us off from being a nation and preserve our women. But because we are so fruitful and we just so good looking, even in the midst of captivity, you know what I'm saying? We love making people.
Right.
Came out a million. A million strong. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and that's deep.
Right.
So that's why, like, when I seen that devil on that corner, man, I gave her that this one look. Like, if you don't get out my face, I might hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt her.
Right.
But with golly, you know, in my head, you know what I mean. I want to hurt you. You understand? Because that ain't right. You understand that you doing those things is evil. But it's all right. The Lord gonna deal with it. The Lord gonna deal with all these nations, and that's what we need to realize. We celebrate for Juneteenth. Oh yeah, we was free. Why you at peace with the people that had you captives? Like, that was crazy, Abad. The same people that had us captives came to the Juneteenth festival. You would think that they would not come.
Right.
Or at most points, they just come out and kiss everybody's boots.
Right.
Or give everybody some money, or be on their knees saying, sorry, I'm sorry. Right. I would take that. I was like, good night, kiss our boots. We not come through. We was with Officer Marah, Officer Yediah, and Officer good night, Yabaash. We was gonna they was gonna kiss some boots. That they was on their knees like that. You understand? But they come to the joint like it's all cool. Yeah, Juneteenth. You know what I mean? Like, why are you here? But we don't feel like that. We don't have that anger. It's not, all anger is not bad anger.
Right.
When you angry, when somebody came into your house, you angry because they ain't supposed to be there and your family is there. You're gonna be angry.
Right.
Either you got family there or not, you can like, in my house, you going attack mode. You angry.
Right.
You ain't supposed to be in my house. You don't go.
Right.
These people sat up there and lynched us, raped us, beat us, put honey on our bodies, and let the bees have what they want, let dog eaters, alligators, crocodiles, you understand, use our babies for gator bait and play sports with our children. Yet again, they scalped our ancestors. I can keep going. Stole our land, and they can come to the cookout. I know that always a topic. That'd be some of the conversations about. They'd be like, yeah, they able to come to the cookout because the white man or white woman did a dance move that every black person ought to do. And then after that video, you see on Instagram or TikTok, you see another one, police brutality. Right. Karen or Bruce being, showing their true colors. Right. You got to start realizing that life is not about all kisses and hugs. That Christian church would have you thinking that, man. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going from the top, brother.
Okay. I hate.
You what?
I hate.
I what?
I hate.
The Lord said he hates. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about something. Oh yeah, God don't hate. Read it again.
Kokan,
I hate.
I despise your feast days.
He said, I despise your feast days, man. He despised your feast days because it's not of him. It's not in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. It's somewhere else, outside the book. You know what I mean? It's on the white man's calendar. It's in his records. Yeah, we're going to celebrate Father's Day. Y'all Negroes want a Father's Day? Half of y'all don't even take care of your kids. Half of y'all don't even take care of your kids. You don't even fight for your kids. Not every woman is keeping you away from your kid.
Right.
Half of y'all don't even want to take care of your kids. Y'all, I seen a video today, bro. Sean Wayne's, oh my God, it is hilarious. So he in the movie, right? So I forgot the name of the movie. I think it was like a spoof. He was like, I'm here to pick up my son. So he went to his son. He picked him up, put him back down in like seconds. He was like, I'll be back to come pick him up next week. He said, I'll come back and pick him up again next week. Like a lot of y'all cats is like Instagram and Facebook dads. Go ahead.
Like literally pick them up.
Yeah, he picked him up and put him right back down in seconds. I was like, yo, this is some of you cats out here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, stop going off of what my dad never was there for me. You can't go off of that. You made that kid. You gotta step up and be a father.
Right.
Oh, all the dads in the world now, yeah, let me get my kid. You know what I'm saying? Big mom looking at you like, this Negro, go ahead, take her. You know what I mean? He all on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, man, I love my kids, man. I wouldn't be nowhere without them. Whole time. You know what I mean? He don't do nothing for them kids, man. And you sisters, you understand? Y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something too. You understand? Really start loving yourselves, man.
Right.
Really start loving yourself. There's nothing wrong with loving yourself. A lot of these brothers out here is not good for you. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of them is not good for you. And you on social media being so bitter, oh, y'all niggas don't be taking care of y'all kids and y'all sit up there and y'all this and y'all that. You open your legs to that man.
Right.
You should have knew if he was going to be a good father or not. Ain't no way in the world a woman going to deal with me and I know I'm going to be a good father. First off, I ain't going to take her serious until I understand her. She understands me. Listen, I don't play.
Right.
You know what I mean? When it comes to mine, I pray you understand. And they need to understand that. You understand? But, you know, you ain't the father. You can't be the mother and the father. Because if it was like that, your kid won't be emotional. Your kid won't be thinking that it can be effeminate. Because most of these little boys is walking around here because most of you niggas don't want to take care of your kids, aka your son, and the mom, he's around the mom and you ain't there. Or the mom then chased off the dad and doing him all types of dirty. And now, you want to be mom and dad, but you don't know how to teach him how to be a man. You run off of emotions. You run off estrogen. He needs that testosterone. He needs that masculinity around him.
Right.
You understand? And yet again, it's another holiday from the oppressor that we shouldn't even participate in. Why the hell men need to be a god for one day? Why do women have to be a god for one day?
Right.
You understand? Half of you brothers that got kids, y'all it's brothers out here that have kids and don't take care of them. It's sisters out here now, they don't want to take care of their kids. You living your best life, your kids see that. They want to live their best life. What honor, what a marvelous day should you get? Your daughter go outside or your son go outside wearing whatever. Your son is outside wearing a shiesty mask. Putting on a ski mask. It's 104 degrees out here, young man. What is you doing? Don't know how to respect the elders and stuff like that? But y'all want a day. Y'all deserve a day. You don't deserve nothing but some correction. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Y'all better get a grip. Y'all better get a grip. All right. So we was going on to this Willie Lynch letter. So let's go to it. Get the last John I sent you. We're gonna start breaking this down because we trust too much in America. We give America too much love, man. You ask me. We shouldn't be giving America no type of love. Nowhere where we live at love. We should be giving each other love. We should be saying, hey, brother, you know, I knew we had an issue, ACEs. I knew we had an issue back in the day. I forgive you. Let's put these straps down, man. Because we gonna just keep crashing out. For real. Like literally, how many people gotta die until y'all realize that it's going to be what? It gotta be what? It gotta be what? Like, I don't understand it. Like, what's the end game? You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna just keep shooting at each other until what? Everyone is dead or in jail? I don't get it. Y'all want to go to jail. Y'all want to be crash dummies. And then when you go to jail, everybody's saying, oh, free my mans. Free man. Oh, man, F12. Nigga, you showed them everything that they needed to know to lock you up. I could go on Facebook or YouTube right now or Instagram and find out who shot who. Because everybody want to be known. Everybody want that clout. They want that attention. That crave for attention is actually a disorder, man. I gotta find the disorder, but it's a disorder. And one thing that we all need to understand that these things that we are going through is from oppression. And this white man, Willie Lynch, was famous for how he dealt with his slaves because he knew he had to get up here. He had to be up here of his slaves. So he won't have to do so much harm to them physically. Right. Because they'll be programmed. So going through the 70s and the 80s, you got the DEA pushing drugs and CIA pushing drugs in our communities, pushing drugs, guns, informants through sending informants through our black coalitions, like the Black Panthers and all of that, right? Nation of Islam, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That was blackly black, they was there to try to infiltrate. So here we go, they running these multiple programs. You got the feminist movement, right? Well, the feminist movement did what? It made the woman stop looking at the man as the head and made her start thinking that she can go off and do whatever she wants. The world is hers and no man can tell her what to do. Now, because women believe that, they want equality, ain't nothing wrong with wanting to be equal. In society, you want the same jobs and stuff like that. But here's the thing. The white woman knows who her head is. Right. The Arab and Asian woman, they know who their head is. Y'all don't. And this is why many of our brothers and sisters are in so many relationships that have failed. You understand what I'm saying? Like so many of our sisters, they will be courting 5 guys, right? They will be dealing with 5 guys. They'll have that good brother within that mix. But because they believe, in their stupid mind, hey, I want the money, I need the status, of the new path, right? They want the dream. They want the face value. right? This is the effects of the feminist movement. I don't need no man for nothing. I'm independent. I'm independent now, boy. That's what they say. I'm independent. I don't need no nigga. You want to build with me? You gotta have a job. You gotta pay all my bills. I ain't cooking and cleaning for you. That's wife duties. You gotta put a ring on it. But you want you to be a traditional man. That's the effects of the feminist movement. It makes our women dumb. You're dumb. You become dumb believing that you can take this new path for feminism. Oh, I don't gotta submit to no man. I don't gotta obey no man like I obey God. But that man gotta obey every order that you give. He gotta keep you happy. Happy wife, happy life. This is why most women of our culture is in their mid-30s or in their 30s, in their 40s, almost to them 50s, still looking for love. By the time they in their 50s, they settle down with some weak behind individual. You know what I'm saying? Some Negro that would take her nonsense just so that he can feel love. Right. But through your 30s, you done hold it up. This is the feminist movement. You done hold it up all through your 20s. Look at Lori Harvey. Hold it up all through your 20s. Right. You understand? Made your box into a catacomb, right? And then sat up there and had sex with over 50 men during your 20s. That is disgusting. Had sex with 20 men within 10 years. That is disgusting. Some people would be like, that's not nasty. That is disgusting. The old way a woman preserved herself. Right. The old way men didn't just go have sex with any woman because he was thinking with his rod and his rod said, let's go. You understand? This Willie Lynch letter, it starts showing you how they really finesse how we think and how we interact with each other. Y'all really need to get this. Go ahead and read what you got, brother. You can read from the top. Hold on. I got my screenshots. All right. Hold on. You can start from the top.
Okay. Willie Lynch letter, The Making of a Slave. This speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of the James River in the colony of Virginia.
Can they see this?
I got it on video.
All right, cool. So it says this speech was delivered by Willie Lynch on the bank of James River in the colony of Virginia. If y'all don't know, back in 1712, yes, we were slaves and we was deep in them trenches, man. Back then, you ain't have no time to hate your brother. Right. You ain't had no time to hate your sister. You was too worried about sitting up there and making sure none of us up there get whipped or hung. Right. It broke our hearts seeing our wives that we sat up there and had to crush on for the longest. Some of us, we grew up on them plantations and we had crushes and we knew that the slave master and his homeboys was running trains on our sisters. Right. You know what it does to a man to see his wife get taken advantage of? And she got to come back to their cabin, right, or their shack with the smell and feeling bad, and they got to sit up there and go through that pain together. We went through some pain, man. But y'all want to forgive the oppressor. Y'all want to accept his holidays that he give you. You want to accept the drugs. You want to accept the whoredom and the hate that they sit up there and implement to us for your own people. You Hispanics want to hate other Hispanics. Black people want to hate other black people. See, back then, we ain't have time to hate on one another. We was too worried about surviving, worrying about building our families up and making sure we work so that we don't get beat. So here we're reading about an oppressor that taught many slave masters. I just seen a video today how Thomas Jefferson was up there having sex, raping multiple slaves on that plantation, man. They wasn't just openly like, yeah, let's have sex. No, he was taking it from them, man.
Right.
But we want to hate one another. Keep reading.
Couple times. Lynch was a British slave owner in the West Indies.
Mm-hmm.
He was invited to the colony of Virginia in 1712 to teach his methods to slave owners there. The term lynching is derived from his last name.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, gentlemen. I greet you here on the bank of the James River in the year of our Lord 1712.
Mm-hmm.
First, I shall thank you, the gentlemen of the colony of Virginia, for bringing me here. I'm here to help you solve some of your problems with slaves.
Mm-hmm.
Your invitation reached me on my modest plantation in the West Indies, where I have experimented with some of the newest and still the oldest methods for control of slaves. Ancient Rome would envy us if my program is implanted.
Read that again.
Ancient Rome would envy us.
Why would they say ancient Rome? Huh? Why would they say ancient Rome would envy them? Because ancient Rome had slaves. You know who it was their slaves? It was us. We was a part of those barbarian camps. And they say in the history that the barbarians was always fighting against one another. We was fighting against some other nations, man. Straight up. We ain't like these other nations.
Right.
That's the truth. So here we go. Hearing the oppressor bring up another slave master, showing you how diabolical he is, how disgusting he is. He said, man, listen, ancient Rome would envy us, man. They'd envy us because I got it like that. I'm going to show y'all how to pimp. I'm gonna show y'all how to work with these slaves, right? Keep going.
Okay. As our boat sailed south on the James River, named for our illustrious king, whose version of the Bible we cherish, I saw enough to know that your problem is not unique. While Rome used cords of wood as crosses for standing human bodies along its highways in great numbers, you are here using the tree and the rope on occasions. I caught the whiff of a dead slave hanging from a tree a couple miles back.
Keep going.
You are not only losing valuable stock by hangings. You
said what?
You are not only losing valuable stock by hangings.
Keep going.
You are having uprisings.
Come on now, Bob. I know you remember this. Man. What was happening in Rome? Uprising.
Right.
That's what happens when you have slaves. It's going to be a time when slaves start getting angry.
Right.
And they don't want to be in the conditions at the end.
Right.
So it will start uprisings like Nat Turner, you know what I'm saying? Your Harriet Tubmans, you understand? The other great brothers and sisters that said to hell with all this and started putting in work.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was talking about them. He said, man, what y'all doing is starting uprisings because they seeing their brothers and sisters hanging from trees. They see the strange fruit hanging from them trees. And that makes them angry. I can smell the dead bodies as I come onto these shores. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing. That's what he's telling them. Keep going.
Okay. You are having uprisings. Slaves are running away.
Slaves is running away. Where they run to, Bob? The
north.
They ran to the north. was a certain colonies that they wasn't trying to enslave you.
Right.
They was running up the north. Keep going.
Your crops are sometimes left in the fields too long for maximum profit. You suffer occasional fires.
So check this out. Let's look at our Mexican brothers. Yeah, they're your brothers. Stop saying that they're not your brothers.
Right.
The Mexicans are your brothers, man. They're your brothers and your sisters.
Right.
And let me tell you something. Without them being on them plantation, that's why they listen. America started having E. coli outbreaks. They had to remember when the romaine. Remember the romaine? They had to do a recall on the romaine. I used to be a chef. We couldn't even use romaine. We was using iceberg lettuce because there was nobody there to till the ground.
Right.
And he's telling them, y'all don't know what the hell y'all doing. Y'all are chasing away your money. You pay for these slaves. You're also mistreating them. Well, they are always going to get mistreated, but you're treating them in a way that is going to make them rebel. You have to be what? More cunning. You have to be more swifter. Where is that in the Bible? It's in the Bible.
Right.
You understand? Esau, it says that Esau is a cunning hunter in the book of Genesis. I believe in the 27th, 25th chapter, 26th chapter. You know what I mean? Talking about Esau and Jacob, the characteristics of them. Said that Esau was a cunning hunter. He talked with a forked tongue. It's a slime ball. That's what that's what is being understood here. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Gentlemen, you know what your problems are. I don't need to elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
I am not here to enumerate your problems. I am here to introduce you to a method of solving them. In my bag here, I have a foolproof method for controlling your black slaves.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee every one of you that if installed correctly, it will control the slave for at least 300 years.
How many?
300 years.
How many?
300 years.
So it wasn't trying to, the oppressor is never trying to have you to be free. Their methods is always in place to keep you a slave. You might think, well, I'll get money. I'll do whatever I want. I'll go on vacation right now. But you're still a slave. You still got to pay taxes on. That was the North whole thing. Yeah, y'all do what y'all do, but we still own y'all. Yeah, you can't be up in America making money without us getting a cut. That's extortion. These gas prices is extortion. Gas prices up to $5 right now. Catching the bus right now don't sound so bad out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know how much people is filling up their tanks now? Some people got paid probably like close to $200 just to fill up a tank. A lot of people can't use regular gas. That's the cheap stuff. The premium is like $6 almost. If it's already there. $6, you've got to fill that thing all the way up.
Right.
I remember last summer, it was like I was getting gas at like $3.07, $3.14. What? It's to the point where $5 look good to some towards some pumps. You understand? And even with all that, you understand, like, you ain't free.
Right.
Clearly, you can't go pump your own gas. You got to go to them. We are in want of all things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You want toilet paper? You want running water in your house? You want electricity and gas in your house? You better go to Isupk.
Right.
You're going to have to go to them. All right, keep going.
Okay. I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And I take these differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy for control purposes.
Mm-hmm.
These methods have worked on my modest plantation in the West Indies, and it will work throughout the South. Take this simple little list of differences and think about them. On the top of the list is age, but it's there only because it starts with an A.
Mm-hmm.
The second is color or shade. There is intelligence, size, sex, size of the plantations, status on plantations, attitude of owners, whether the slave lives in the valley or in the hill, east, west, north, south, have fine hair, coarse hair, or is tall or short. Now that you have a list of differences, I shall give you an outline of action. But before that, I shall assure you that distrust is stronger than trust, and envy stronger than adulation, respect, or admiration. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become self-refueling and self-generating for hundreds of years.
So basically, everything that he said, if you put these certain things in, and you start embedding these type of thoughts and operating off of different characteristics and different, different skin tones and hair and stuff like that, you add this division, you add this way of thinking. When you can get up here in their head, this would refuel them. So now you got the feminist movement, right? You got the whole I'm on demon time thing going on, right? With all the gang bangers and all the people that want to be in the trenches and want to be gangsters, right? So feminist movement, right? Or this toxic masculinity, men don't want to be men no more type thing, right? So boom, Esau put certain things in place, push certain propaganda.
Right.
The gay community is the number one tool that they use, right? So the gay movement fuels the lesbian, all the gay movements. It also pushes the abortion, right? And it also the gay movement also destroys the man's integrity in his own house, in the own look of the men. Because now when a woman look at a man, she's no longer looking at that man for who he really is. She's looking at, well, what can he give to me? They want the money. They want you to look good, right? And if the sex is good, you're good. If you can have a nice little vibe with him, right? A man can hide his true self. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens is eventually the whole situation just go bonkers.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Because the feminist movement has taught our women to not to look for a leader, but to look for some Negro that ain't a leader for real. He's not the type of individual that you should be with. So it shows our women what values that they should look for in a man, right? Men, they feel as though that you don't have to tell a woman to go put on her clothes, put on some more clothes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They feel as though that if a woman cheat, if he cheat, you know what I mean? Really, he sleep with another woman, that she can go off and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That he doesn't control her. And I mean by control her, meaning possess her, like the scripture says,
Right.
or her head, for better words. You understand what I'm saying? And the gay movement also effeminates men to start wanting to wear the hoochie daddy shorts. Men being okay with homosexuality. There's men that actually straight men that I don't think that they straight, but a lot of these cats out here that is straight, they are backing up the gay agenda. So what happens is it opens us the door for more what? More homosexuals to be produced.
Right.
If more homosexuals being produced in the black community, that does what? That mess up our morals. It messes with our fertility rates. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And it makes the men weaker.
Right.
And Willie Lynch is going to explain that. So keep going.
Okay.
Just giving y'all a little taste of how it really goes. Keep going.
Okay.
If you could, real quick, can you come up here and just read it for the people?
Okay.
Matter of fact, keep this on full screen and just read.
Okay.
Read from the top.
Okay. The black slaves, after receiving this indoctrination, shall carry on and will become refueling, and self-generating for hundreds of years, maybe thousands. Don't forget, you must pitch the old black male versus the young black male, and the young black male against the old black male. You must use dark-skinned slaves versus the light-skinned slaves, and the light-skinned slaves versus the dark-skinned slaves. You must use the female versus the male, and the male versus the female. You must also have the white servants and overseers who distrust all blacks.
You can put me back on in the small bubble. All right. So here you go. Right? It said it wanted to put the old head versus the young bull. So what's going on now, y'all? When you look on out through social media in the neighborhoods, the young bulls don't respect the old heads. And the old heads, they don't show respect to the young bulls. And here's the thing. I always tell brothers, you can't complain about the problem if you ain't fixing it. Yeah, it's fucked up. Salagi, it's messed up. But what you doing about it? Well, man, I got worried about myself, man. I don't got time. Okay, so you can't really, you can see it. We can talk about it, but when we get down to the nitty gritty, you got to be active. You got to be willing to help these young boys.
Right.
Come in our HBK and come do some work. We got the work for you. Oh, well, I'm busy all the time. We got something you can do. You can just make flyers. Make flyers every week. That's all you do. Just make flyers. Don't make a flyer run. You just go pass out flyers somewhere. Who knows? You know what I mean? Always pay your tithes, give donations, give it to the camp funds and stuff like that. Help with a program, something you can do. And that would show that you being in the truth, being a light to these young bulls in a real way, that shows that you actually want to help and you actually care. Right? So Willie Lynch is breaking it down. Read from this little top again.
Okay. You must also have white servants and overseers who distrust all blacks.
Mm-hmm.
But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us. They must love, respect, and trust only us.
Oh, wait. So now here they go. It's being explained that we got to lean on them for everything. And that's in the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. Keep going.
Gentlemen, these kits are your keys to control.
What?
These kits are your keys to control.
So this ain't no conspiracy, some Illuminati, conspiracy, third eye, awakening, all that bull crap. You understand? This is real life. And this is what your slave master think about you, man. How old were you got? Give me the book of Judith out the Apocrypha. You got one down there?
Okay.
Yeah, give me Judith 5 and 20. Judith 5 and 20. And we're gonna go ahead and get to it. And I'm gonna show y'all how the oppressor actually plots against you. You better start realizing, and I tell people all the time, man, it's time to wake up. Stop getting high all the time and just being all in your head and thinking that you can just make money. Look, anybody can make money, but can't everybody serve the Lord in a real way? You understand what I'm saying? You can go ahead and get that local show. You understand? I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Book of Judith 5:20. That's your diet. All right, no sweat. Book of Judith, chapter 5 and verse 20. Therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people. Now let's break that down. Let me give y'all the backstory of who this is. This is the so-called oppressor break in the council. So just like this council right here that Willie Lynch is conducting down in Virginia, is the same kind of conversation that is being had here in the Bible, right? And here's the thing. We don't realize and understand the truth. You understand what the Bible is actually saying. It was going on, brother. I ain't see you in a minute. You good? That's what's up. That's what's up. You had the Apocrypha on your phone? All right. Give him where we at. It's already right there. So I don't know if you don't know, we breaking down Juneteenth. You familiar with Juneteenth? Okay. So June, the celebration of Juneteenth is the day that the chains, it was nationalized, that they had to remove the chains from us here in America, right? So our people is celebrating it, and they feel as though this is a victory. Like, we should celebrate this, where the white man had to give us this. He had to nationalize it. You dig what I'm saying? And we still at peace with white people, because everybody gonna go celebrate 4th of July. Everybody's about to celebrate 4th of July in a couple of weeks. Instead of us saying, the hell with all these other holidays, we're gonna celebrate our holidays. And then we would have to go inside the Bible in the book of Leviticus, you understand, and start realizing, okay, this is all my holidays in Leviticus 23rd chapter. Like, we always keep the holidays in every school where we at. And we give you the dates and times according to the moon cycles. Because we always went by the moons. When it's a full moon, that's a new month. That's why when we look on the calendar, the full moon is always periodic between 30 days. You know what I'm saying? So there you go, right there. That's all the holidays right there. That's what we should be celebrating. Right. We shouldn't be celebrating Juneteenth. We shouldn't be celebrating birthdays and what else we celebrate about? Thanksgiving, Father's Day. Half of these niggas out here not even taking care of their kids. They Facebook dads and Instagram dads. You know about them. They don't never take care of their kids, don't put no money on their books. And so that Father's Day come around, yo, Keisha, I want to go ahead and grab my kid, man. I want to spend some time with him. Here she goes. You already know how her sisters is. She like, nigga, you only want the kid because it's the holidays. Yeah, you don't never want him. No, go ahead. Talk, you know what I mean? Now he all on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, man, love my kid. That was probably like the second time seeing that kid throughout the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of us deserve a day of glory of ourselves. Only the Lord. Right. You understand? You ain't no God. Y'all Negroes ain't gods. I ain't no God. You sisters ain't gods. You don't need no day. Neither do us. Right. We're following after the heathen. And that's where we fell at. So right now, are you familiar with the Willie Lynch letter? Yeah. Okay, so right now we reading, he started talking about the lights against the blacks, and you know what I mean, the young boy versus the old head, and the old head versus the young boy. And we see that today. Think about the music. So many, I don't like all that young music, man. Them young boys, man, they, you know what I mean? It starts from there. Of course, everybody got their preference of music, right? But the old heads start hating on the young boys. They don't give them no more game. The young boys don't want to give the respect to the old heads. It used to be the young boys always looked up to the old heads, but because the old heads don't have no knowledge of God, and it's a cause and effect thing. Okay, how long can y'all go away from the old path? There was a time when the old heads would teach you how to use your hands. He'll check you if he see you doing something in that neighborhood, aka he'll whoop your behind and go tell your parents, and your parents whoop your behind. Then it start trickling down to the drugs and the gang violence and all that. When I was growing up, I remember this one old head. I never trusted him. I used to always have a bad feeling, but I'm like, old head to flee. And no, I wasn't hit, but the elder Willie Lynch. Y'all looking at me like, oh, you was a young boy going against the old head. I never trusted him because I was like, he just seemed like a snake. And my neighborhood was beefing with another neighborhood. I was cool with the other neighborhood. I was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out on my block at this time because everybody didn't set up there and show me their true colors. So I didn't call off hits. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call off hits. But how it's beef. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. So this guy saw that none of these cats had no money. For real. I had bread, but that's my money. You know what I'm saying? These cats wasn't making no money. They ain't had no firearms or nothing. Now, mind you, I ain't saying I ain't condoning none of this, but in the world, I'm looking at it for what it is, and this is why I'm looking at it. He used to always talk this, man, I got this work right here, yeah, man, I got these guns, and he'll be like, yeah, man, that's my young boy, So I know other old heads that was teaching, put a stumbling block before a brother, they felt obligated, let me put some money in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, years later, he ain't never give. I think he gave up one thing, and it was bull crap. Right? Like old head would usually front you something. Boom. Go down the line. He sends my homie, right? Now, mind you, this is around the time I started. This is like 2012. I wanted to change my life. Like, I'm tired of living the same lifestyle of whores and money and drugs and violence. I want to change something. This can't be life. Remember Jay-Z said, this can be life. This can be love. You know what I'm saying? So my man's come to me one day. I'm just like deep in thought. I'm just relaxed. I'm on the block. Nobody out there. My homeboy CJ come to me. He like, yo, man, I like the type time that you on right now, man. You like really at peace right now. I like how you positive. I seen you going back in Bartram Gardens, fishing, and you know what I mean? You be up there back in nature, just vibing. You staying out the way, working and all that. I'm like, yeah, bro, like I don't got time for all the nonsense no more. I think it's beyond me. He's like, yeah, man, I feel like I'm about to lose it all. I'm trying to get on the right path, man. I need to be around you more. So I'm here. So time go on, like a year later, they go shoot up. I think it was on South Street. They shot up some DJ. My man's on broad camera, and guess who he with? The old head. Had him in a whole no ski mask on, nothing. Shot this man up. He wasn't trying to give up this DJ equipment. He wasn't trying to. The guy sold drugs too, so they wanted everything. Here go this old head that's supposed to be doing what? Showing these young boys how to actually be real men. Now, again, I'm not saying that he should have gave us any evil thing, right? But it's certain levels to it. It's like if you actually, like we all in the world, if you calling us like young boys and you all rapping with us and all that, you know what I mean? You hitting the blunt all with us, our stuff at the time. Dang. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna look out for our dumbness. You know what I mean? Man, he sent him. Now he's the old head. And this is why I said the old head being evil only does what? Teaches the young boys how to be more evil. That's the cause and effect thing. And once it keeps trickling down, then what eventually is going to happen? The young boys is not going to respect the old heads because they're full of ignorance. 30 years ago, it wasn't that full of ignorance. The old head could come through, and the old head would get respect. But now, these young boys is what? They see all the nonsense going on. They see Chicago doing what? We got the guns, we got the drums, we got the ladders, we got all types of guns that y'all only see this in video games. Their stupid minds is susceptible to that. Our minds is susceptible to that. So now what happens? We want to do what? Now every hood in America wanted to be like what? Like Chicago. And everybody started getting the switches on the guns and rolling around. I remember Drake. I never seen a Draco a day in my life until Chicago had it. Chicago had the Dracos, and they was rapping about Dracos, and everybody want to rap about Dracos. Everybody want the Draco now. Them Draco prices went up. I mean, I know that money went up. You know what I mean? So my whole thing is, my homeboy is now serving life in prison, right? And lo and behold, I heard that the old head tried to rat. He tried to rat on my man's. Try to do a deal trying to rat on him and somebody else for some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you crumb. You know what I'm saying? I knew it. You old heads, you're an older brother. You supposed to love them young boys, man. You don't teach them the evil. You be there for them, man. You teach them, you show them to keep these laws, statutes, and commands. You show them brotherhood. That's what you show them. You don't show them to go out and go do violence. You don't show them to sit up. You don't shun them down because they make music that's different from your genre. Hear what they playing, man. Because there was a time when nobody didn't want to hear your music. And you wanted somebody to hear it. It don't matter. That's what they like. That's what they like. But have that brotherhood. Like, I make music. I don't make the music that the young boys really listen to. I'm more bars. A young boy should be like, I like that. Now these young boys out here, like, because the old heads was disrespecting them and their music, called it, oh, that mumble rap. Now the young boys like, man, who the hell is Tupac? I don't listen to no Tupac. There's no respect in between. And that's oppression. Something that simple that I just broke down, that's oppression. Because it's supposed to be love. You see white people, these young boys will go to a Metallica concert. They'll go to a Led Zeppelin concert. They'll go to a Kiss concert, from the young boys to the old heads. The old heads be out there like, man, I ain't do cocaine in 20 years, man. I'm going to do it tonight because I remember my first time when I was a young guy, I was doing it. They there living their best life. Them young boys, them white young boys living their best life, and they respecting the music. You understand? White people, all these other cultures, they respect who? The old head, the older cats. And the older cats respect the younger cats. They give them the game. White people give game to the young bulls like it's nothing. Chinese, all of them, they give them the game. Listen, you want to set up, you want to get some quick money, take this loan, boom, get this grant right here, go set up in a black neighborhood. Go get you a Chinese store, go set up in a black neighborhood. Don't accept no credit cards and none of that. All cash. And you keep flipping it to the next family member, so that y'all will escape from being taxed. Money. That's how they do it. The Hispanics do that too. You know what I'm saying? They court on. But these other nations, man, they give each other the game. These sisters out here nowadays, they don't respect the older woman that tells them to put on more clothes. to cook that man a plate of food, rub that man's feet when he come home from work. Ain't nothing wrong with catering to your man. But nowadays, because of the gay movement, what fuels the feminine movement, what fuels the hate on black men, what emasculates the man. Oh yeah, now the woman don't want to be caterers. They don't want to do wifely duties unless you put a ring on it. Even when you put a ring on it, she done cheated on you, treated you like a dog.
Right.
So this letter right here is vital, and people should go home and read it and open up that Bible.
Right.
You understand? So read the book of Judith 5 and 20 before we go. You want to take it, brother? You go ahead, you can take it. Judith 5 and 20. If you can't take it, I had a brother take it. I just had him take it, all right?
This is Judith, the 5 verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor.
My what?
Lord and Governor.
This is a council. The same council that Willie Lynch had. Not the same situation, but it's a council. White people sitting around, plotting, scheming. Go ahead.
If there be any error.
Any what?
Any error.
Any error. Keep going.
In this people.
And this who?
People.
And this who?
People.
Talking about Israel. If there be any error in these people, what you think error means, brother? If it says there be any error in these people, it's talking about Israel. I'm gonna just give you the context. So what does it mean, error?
Disrupt. Corrupt.
Corrupt? Yeah. I take that corrupt. But according to the Bible, what would that corruption be called?
Sin.
Exactly. Let's get that brother. That's right. If there's any sin in us as a people, if we celebrating these other gods, men not taking care of their kids, men not being men, we up here having sex with any chick that we want, sleeping with other nations, a woman emasculating the man and being rebellious, and she wants to abort babies. You understand? We murdering one another and backbiting and all that. If it's that in Israel, we eating whatever unclean foods. Keep going.
Of God. And they sin against their God.
Keep going.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
This shall be our what?
Ruin.
So, brother, I'm gonna ask you another question, if you don't mind. What does it mean that it will be our ruin?
Our destruction.
Our what?
Our destruction.
You gotta say a lot. Our what?
Our destruction.
Our destruction. Let's get that brother in. You know the point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our destruction, and this is what he was plotting on right here.
Right.
So when the ISUPK is telling you to get in class, when we telling our people to keep these commandments, come join your brothers, they Willie Lynch don't want you joining your brothers.
Right.
That was his whole plot. His whole plot was to put us against each other, to have us what? Brainwashed,
Right.
to have us trapped in the matrix.
Right.
He wanted us to be good slaves, not to rebel. And look where we at now. Because we think this is a place of our rest. We think that this is the place of our rest. This is not the place of our rest. This ain't the place for us to be sitting back like, freedom. What freedom? You gotta go pay rent next month. You gotta go pay your tax. You paying taxes every check. You know what I mean? You an entrepreneur, you better pay your taxes. You better know how to operate with write-offs and all that. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you want to be an entrepreneur. I'm free. I got my own business. Uncle Sam is going to get his money. Your book's starting to look like you making a profit. Uncle Sam coming. He like, listen, you made $1 million. I need 2,500 for that. That's real rat. That's how Uncle Sam coming. Because you're not free. You ain't free. You understand? And these people want us to stay in sin. They want us to hate one another. Keep going.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
They want to overcome us, man. They want to overcome each and one of us, man. That's why they push the gay movement. That's why they say it's Juneteenth. That's why not Juneteenth, but it's Gay Pride Month. Oh, let them, man. Abortions. Boys can be girls. Pronouns. I tell you what. I probably will lose my job that day, or close to. If somebody come to me and say, "Hey, you ain't pronouncing their pronouns," I will lose it in a good way. I ain't gonna trip and what? You want everybody to conform to your stupidity, your mental illness. You know they labeled it as a mental illness before, but they went up there. I think it was in San Francisco. It was a conference. All the gay people ran up in that joint and said they were like, "This ain't no mental illness." I give y'all some understanding, right? Let me tell you how mental illness it is, man. It's so mental that they believe that they pronouns is he, she, and he, her, and all types of. I swear somebody said a unicorn. I think that's one of them about. They're a unicorn. Oh, what the hell is a unicorn? They starting to say new words. My pronouns is I'm non-binary. I'm like, what the hell is all that? You have a period or not? You know what I'm saying? Can you make babies? You're a man. Man can make babies. But because these people that have mental issues, imagine pedophiles. Pedophiles want rights now too. So what? They're gonna start giving pedophiles rights? Well, he identifies himself as 12 years old. Why can't he have? Well, his ID, he was born this year. He said that he's 12, so he can have sex with this little boy, and it's okay. He can have sex with this little girl, it's okay, because he's 12 years old. I guess I can say I'm Asian. Matter of fact, I should say I'm the president of the United States. Who are you to tell me? Don't judge me. You see how stupid it sounds? They doing that because they know that they can manipulate and push a lot of propaganda through that. Oh, you black men is toxic. They want you to be weak. Because why? They want the black woman over you. They want the Hispanic Native American woman over you. So if they can bond you down, then anything can happen. You kids would want to go join the military and want to marry white women. They want to, focus on making sure that their credit is so tight and they making money and celebrating Thanksgiving and Christmas and birthdays. I gotta live this American dream. That's what they want to do. That's the whole scheme. And that's what they saying right here. Yo, we keep these people in error, man. We'll keep them under us. So they know if they push this gay agenda, it keeps us in sin. If we stay in sin, Christ don't come back. But here's the thing. The ISUPK is breaking down the doors. You understand? We the one that got Satan tucked in his tail. Because there was a time Satan can hide in Christianity. He can't hide in Christianity no more. Now everybody's starting to realize they're Israelites. Because since 1969, we've been teaching the truth. Can you put the lynch? You know what I'm saying? So you have you had these movements that is trying to go against the grain. But us being here, we're to teach you to don't go against what the Lord put down, to actually follow what he say. And what happens is when we send them prayers up, because we send out prayers on the Sabbath days, right? Usually we send out the prayers of the curses. And we're praying the same prayers that our ancestors prayed for us to get out of this predicaments that we in.
Right.
So we asked the Lord to open up the airways since 1969. Now we everywhere. Open up the internet channels. We everywhere now. Captain Cesaria, Captain Katazar doing millions of views. Easy. General Hyman, Commander Julian Hyman. You know what I mean? Officer Daniela is launching his music right now and doing numbers. Got people looking at him like professional, like real labels that want to work with him. People reached out to him like, hey man, yo, you the truth. The Lord is pushing the home of the truth. The ones that he deemed as the real priests and prophets of him, he's pushing us to the forefront. That's why in here, like, let me tell you something. We got something called Hebrew Academy, right? It destroys all this in you. You understand what I'm saying? I buy it. Am I lying? Anything that really these oppressors were scheming, it purges you out, and it shows you how to be a brother. You understand? Like an older brother won't treat the younger brother like crap just because he's younger. Older brothers in here, if that man is over him, he'll say, yes, sir. Khan won't come. He won't try to use the things that he's been through in life to try to outshine his brother that might outrank him. Because why? You got respect. The same way it's going to be a brother that's older than you, and he's outranking you. And you're going to be like, Khan won't come, sir. You understand? And you're going to always respect. And that's what the ISBK produces. It shows brothers how to love one another. Right. It shows us how to sit up there and be affectionate to one another. Right. And we have a problem. We go to one another and we deal with it ASAP. We don't sit up there and backbite. Right. And if a brother does backbite, he's going to go to council and he's going to get fined. Right. He's going to be made a public example. You understand? If it gets to that extreme, because he might get kicked out. Because we don't play that in here. But out there, they in strip clubs. You understand? They allow Hamites and homosexuals inside their congregation. They allow an African to kill a sister that fought for her life, and they won't even comfort the mother or do anything for the sister after her death when it was on their hand. That's what happens out there. The white man's plot still runs through their way. I remember one of these cats said that General Hyman is hilarious. And the way how he said it, these fake Israelites, it was like, see, them guys that that you might have seen, they're pretty hard. Us, we're pretty soft. We try to come with more of a soft approach. In the book of Isaiah, the 58th chapter, it tells the men to lift up their voice like a trumpet and show our people their transgressions. Right. And show them how to change their ways. Right. The men of the Bible wasn't soft. They were soldiers. And that's what every Black, Hispanic, Native American man need to be again. A soldier. You ain't supposed to be sitting back. Yeah, man. I'm about to call these hoes over. Man, I gotta go work tomorrow, man. No. Your mindset supposed to be like, I gotta do this work for the Lord. I handle these other responsibilities because we got rent and gas is high. You know what I'm saying? So you might gotta do some overtime and all that. But you're doing the work of the Lord. In your mind, you're a soldier. You got brothers that you can depend on, and that's what this brotherhood is all about. We respect one another. Our women respect one another. We all respect one another in here. We don't even sit up there and be in sister faces, even if they single. If we ain't courting them, shalom, sis. If they got a husband, shalom. Sometimes we don't even want to say shalom. We do the drive-by shalom. Shalom, sis. Because why? We respect one another in here. You know what I'm saying? And this is why we say this is the home of truth. You ain't going to find this nowhere else. Where you gonna find Blacks, Hispanics? Listen, man. You talking about get-togethers here? Food, it'll be Mexican food, Puerto Rican, Dominican food, soul food, West Indian food. I ain't never had Haitian food until I came here. I was like, black rice, what's that? The spaghetti and the cabbage. I'm like, yo, what is this? My wife got a Haitian recipe for making, I think, lamb. It was the best thing in my life. I'm like, what is this? The Haitian sister gave you this? Yeah. Keep getting recipes from her. That's love, man.
Right.
And with the white, what the oppressor tries to do is pull us away from one another so that we can hate one another and we can destroy our homes.
Right.
Destroying our homes does what? It destroys our families. If our families are destroyed, any evil can come in because he knows how familiar spirits operate because he operates with familiar spirits.
Right.
You ever heard of Bohemian Grove? You ever heard of Freemasons, Illuminati, and all them secret societies? They always go, and this is what people don't understand. It's just the customs of ancient Egypt. They just follow the old customs of ancient Egypt, and the ancient Egypt was pagans.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They don't stand on nothing but the betterment for them. And they deal with evil spirits. That's why when you look, when you listen to their music, you watch their symbolism in their music, in their movies, and their TV shows. You understand? Look at the way how they built Washington, D.C. I know y'all seen it, the pentagram and all that. They into that. They into all that sacrificing babies and all that. The Bohemian Grove, they literally got a statue. I think it's an owl. They got videos of them sitting up there doing all types of sacrifices. What did what's the one witch that Jay-Z and them all go to? Where they talk about what's on the menu. You know what I mean? They up there drinking all types of evil things. Y'all go see yourselves. I ain't saying it so we can get banned. You know what I'm saying? But it's some disgusting stuff that these people do. They understand how these evil spirits work. And they know if they keep us in error, it would make sure that we never overcome them. Because they don't want Christ to come back. That's why they got a space team. You understand what I'm saying? They showing you, yo, the UFOs is real. You know what I'm saying? And we know in the Bible that the chariots are the UFOs.
Right.
And the things that is happening with COVID-19, monkeypox, World War III, America is afraid of going into that war, but they're going to do it. Russia is all in.
Right.
What they doing? They didn't deploy too many troops to try to pull it back. America knows what's on. Can you read?
You must also have white servants and overseers who distrust all blacks. But it is necessary that your slaves trust and depend on us.
They don't want to. They said they don't want to trust us. The overseers should never trust us. Don't trust none that those niggas are saying. Don't trust none that them spicks and them savages are saying. You understand what I'm saying? But make sure they trust us. Keep going.
They must love, respect, and trust only us.
Love. You hear that? Love. We love the white man. Y'all starting to see the point? We love the white man. We love him. Keep going.
Gentlemen, these kits are your keys to control.
Mm-hmm.
Use them. Have your wives and children use them.
Have your wives and your children. That's why the Lord said, man, they all gotta get put to death.
Right.
They all gotta go. They did too much. When we about to sit up here and try to hold hand in hand with these people, that's what we really gonna try to do. The same people that spit in our face and did all types of evil things to us back then and still up to this day, we're going to sit up there and just forgive them. We're going to love them and respect them. Keep going.
Never miss an opportunity.
Never miss an opportunity. Go ahead.
If used intensely for 1 year, the slaves themselves will remain perpetually distrustful. Thank you, gentlemen.
Keep going.
Let's make a slave. It was the entrance and business of slaveholders to study human nature.
It was their business to study us. Now y'all see they know our backgrounds. They ain't say the land of Judah, the port of Judah on that slave map for no reason. You go inside slavewarriors.org and you type up BAN, that means son of. You're gonna see a bunch of brothers and you're gonna see only brothers with that in their name because they was Hebrews. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It was Hebrews. They had Hebrew names. They knew who they captured, man.
Right.
They knew who they captured. And they followed after ancient Egypt and ancient Rome. That's why you go on the back of it, you go on a dollar. I wonder if you got a dollar on you. Anybody got a dollar? All right. Pull it up on the screen real quick. Give y'all. I don't want y'all to think I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a conspiracy theorist on my own time. My body knows that. All right. I like to listen to Alex Jones' radio show time to time and see what that devil be saying. You understand? He be saying some stuff that you can go back and look into and see for yourself. You know what I mean? But I ain't no conspiracy nut. I don't live my life by conspiracies, but I do know one thing: never to trust my enemy.
Right.
Never have love for my enemy.
Right.
Because it's not a time for love. This is a time for hate. And that hate don't have to be the hate that you've seen and witnessed throughout time that happened to us. A hate is, I ain't dealing with you. We got to get even. I like that song by Pooh Shiesty. He said, get it back in blood. That's scriptural. The Lord requires blood. He don't require hugs and kisses and Juneteenth and Father's Day. You understand? And Kwanzaa. You know what I'm saying? And stimulus checks. He wants more. Go ahead. You got it. All right, bet. So they can see it on the screen too. All right. So here you go. You got a devil by the name of George Washington, right? Supposedly he's the first president. That's a lie. It was a black man that was the first president. All right. But here you go, right here. You got this devil, right? Now, America is founded by Freemasons. You understand what I'm saying? Freemasonry goes back to the times of Egypt. It's a homosexual cult. They homosexuals. Y'all can see they got it in. Listen, first off, Esau is a homosexual. The oppressor is homosexuals. That's their nature. You understand what I'm saying? Look into their religion and their gods. Their gods was having sex with men and animals and stuff like that. And being homosexuals back then was normal to them. So even with the Egyptians, they wear eyeliner, Geb. You ever heard of Geb? Geb is this homosexual man that shot semen in his own mouth. And over top of him was a trainee with a breast job. You know what I'm saying? With a rod erected. And that was how it wasn't no black woman's womb and goddess of the universe and all that. And I know y'all see the memes of the vagina, the woman's vaginal part, and it's all universal space and all that, and planets coming out the vagina. Vagina is good, but it's not that to the Egyptians. It was a man shooting his own self in the mouth and spitting it out and making people. That's what it is, right? So that was the first well-known homosexual community. That's the original LGBTQ community. So here you go. You have the eagle. All right, you got the eagle right there, and here go my conspiracy right here. You can see the shield of David within this circle right here, right? That's just my conspiracy. Don't hold me to it, but this is factual right here. Now you got the eagle. The eagle representing who? The nation of Esau. The Greeks had it. The Romans had it. Other other oppressor nations had it. Especially like you got up to this time like Russia. I think Russia, Germany, right? So in the book of Deuteronomy, what's that? The 50th chapter, 50th, 28th chapter, 50th verse, where it talks about swift as the eagle flieth, right? This was the symbol that the white man always used. So you got that ancient Rome, right? Talking about the power, because, and this is another thing too. You go inside the history books of the times in Europe and all that, they always glorified Rome. Because it's like how we glorify Egypt. Now, the difference is we ain't from Egypt. We just glorify it because we're like, it was great. They glorify Rome. And they took battle strategies from Rome. They took things from Rome and adopted it. That's why you got the three branches of government. The three branches of government, the legislative, executive, and judicial system, was from the Romans. And the Romans had to establish that equal power within the three branches because they used to always go to war and fall. So, three branches of government in America, Rome, right? Now you got the pyramid, right? The pyramid is representation of Freemasonry. And these Egyptians were slave owners. So they showing you right here, this is our way of life. And God we trust. But who is their God? It ain't the Most High. It's Satan. You understand what I'm saying? Their God is the pagan gods. But their gods ain't real. You dig what I'm saying? So they worship nothing. We know what we worship. We worship the living God. They worship nothing. So their God is money. Their God is lust. Their God is power. Their God is Satan. Their God is some made up entity. When we start really realizing how deep the rabbit hole goes, this is something simple. But the Bible tell you way more. The Bible tell you that these curses that's on us in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, said is for signs and wonders. Let's get that. Let's get that, and we out of here. That's boom boom boom. 28. Let me get there with you. 46. Deuteronomy 28, 46. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 46.
All right.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Read the verse above it. Sir.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 45.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these what?
All these curses shall come upon thee.
I'm going to ask you a question. See if you know or not. Why do you think these curses is coming upon us? You say you don't understand what I'm saying?
I'm not listening.
Yeah, not listening, but you know, it's not listening, but what we not listening to? The Most High. What the Most High lay down for us? What are we not listening to? What the Lord said? Think about it. You said that we ain't listening. Your father? All right. Let's say your father, right? Your child is like 12, 13. You said you don't go outside until you finish your homework and your chores. Right? You go take a nap. You wake up, your child is outside. You see that none of the chores is done and the homework ain't done. The book is just sitting there and it's no answers and none of that, no homework done. It's just still in the same position that you seen it when you went up and took before you took your nap, right? If they ain't listen to you, they get in trouble, right? Because you gave them instructions, right? There you go. That's all it is. We ain't listen to the Lord's instructions, and His instructions is and was to keep the law, statutes, and commands.
Right.
So if we don't keep the law, statutes, and commands, read it again.
Okay. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee.
All these curses shall come upon us. So this is why our families don't work. This is why the oppressor wants to keep us in sin. Because he know if he can continue to keep us in sin, right? Because they slave masters. I just showed you the dollar bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I do know is about art. And art tells a story, or it signifies something. Like, you see that tree right there? If it didn't have all the names on there and the shells and all that, and if I see the roots and I see it in this room and I see why it's in here, I'm like, they put that in here, or it's in here because it's talking about our roots. So when we look at what the white man is putting down, a commercial or some type of movement, whatever the case may be, you can't just think that it is what it is, take it for face value. You know what I'm saying? Like, many times I done watched movies and I seen symbolism, right? Where they telling you, like, Superman, right? Superman was kind of like, was supposed to be Christ. We actually, Captain Cesario, Captain Kazazan, Cross the Line Radio, actually talked to the woman. It was a black woman that made The Matrix. She wrote the original book and sold it to these two devils, right? And she said that Neo was Christ. He was the one. You know what I'm saying? He was the one to save his people. That's why they had reference of Nebuchadnezzar and Zion. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those things was like him coming out of the Matrix, and everything being him being in the Matrix was, Satan was everywhere, the agents, the demons. You dig what I'm saying? So all of those things, they showing you within their art or whatever they're pushing out that, yeah, we know. You know what I'm saying? So we got to start really understanding that these people know that we got to stay in sin. And if we stay in sin, these curses are going to overtake us, and it's going to keep destroying us. You understand? That's why I kind of hate the red pill content, because I see a lot of brothers being disingenuous at certain times. Like, yeah, cool. Talk about the females that out of pocket. Give these brothers some game. But also show these brothers, you understand, don't be a evil bastard. Don't go out here just having sex with any woman that you want just because you got the feeling of it. Take care of your kids. Tell these sisters, don't deal with these type of dudes. I seen some brother, he was doing he did a video, and this sister basically was like, yo, in the text messages, yo, I don't think that, you taking me serious. Bull just kept playing in the text messages. And he's like talking about her like, oh my gosh, look at you. You still texting like you're being all sensitive and all that. Like clearly this guy just wanted but the way how he was doing it, it was like she was wrong for valuing herself and her time. You know what I'm saying? Bull just acting immature. He ain't never checked the dude. You dig what I'm saying? So again, the curses is there. You understand what I'm saying? And what we have to realize and understand is that these curses is going to overtake us. You dig what I'm saying? We have to break the curses.
Right.
All right, finish going where you going so we can hurry up and end the class.
Okay. This is Book of Deuteronomy, 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee.
And over what?
Overtake thee.
Overtake thee. Keep going.
Till thou beest destroyed.
So we be destroyed. And look at us now. We destroyed, man. Black men don't even want to be soldiers no more. We want to get high and wear hoochie daddy shirts.
Right.
And have sex with every whore. And then complain about us getting on child support. You can't complain about getting on child support if you had sex with that whore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You out here not being a soldier. You want to wear hoochie daddy shirts and smoke hookah and be on Instagram like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? You out there on the joint. Come on, bro. That's gay. You ask me. You know what I'm saying? I respect the brother that put the boots on and get active. That's what we're supposed to do. Keep going.
Okay. Till thou beest destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Just like you said, brother. You know, they don't want to listen to God. Right? Keep going.
To keep his commandments and his statutes.
That's what, they wasn't listening to his instructions. Keep going.
Which he commanded thee.
That he commanded us. Keep going.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
It shall be upon you for a sign and a wonder. So when people, they be like, well, how you know you're an Israelite? Read that again.
Oh. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
Now, they don't want to go into all the archaeological evidence. And what people don't understand is they be like, well, prove that you're an Israelite. You know how long we got to really prove and break down because you're going to rebuttal and you're going to sit up here and be like, no, that ain't it. So I got to go inside these books and reference this and that. This is you wanted to battle. You want to battle. You want to debate. We're going to have to be here for a minute. Now, this ain't no just one answer thing. But I can tell you, read that again.
Oh God. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
This is the word of God, that they're going to be upon you for a sign and a wonder, and that these things, that these curses that the Lord said that will be on us, every one of them hit us. Every one of them hit us, and we still living through it through this day. You know what I'm saying? So that's which we need to understand, that we are under these curses. And the only way we break the curses is us getting out the matrix. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, that's my time. I thank y'all for tuning in online. Thank you for coming into the school. You know what I'm saying? Keep coming to class. I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Abad.
The priest and officer Abad, powerful. Thanks. Round of applause for teaching the powerful class.
This is the Isupk security announcements. We are the Visualized School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Ariana. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, teachable, or anything. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, from the book of Numbers, 18 verse 21, book of Malachi, 3 verse 8 to 10. Ma'asher means 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever among you alike. Upcoming holy convocations is the memorial blowing of the trumpets, the first day of the 7th month. This year is going to be on September 25th, Sunday, 2022. Leviticus is found in the book of Leviticus 23 verses 24 and 25. Remind Hakim and not walking, check the boots and board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, headbands, and scarf with that, Abajah, which means to stand. Oh, you want to do the Lord's Prayer?
No, it's
12. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah.
We said what? Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Barakatah. Which means the Most High, in the name of Christ, bless you. Guys, on top, hands down. Sar, turn face sisters. Sisters, your bottom Shabbat is your head bowed and covered, your feet. Your head bowed and covered, your feet, your heels connected at a 45-degree angle, your hands, your right hand cups over your left. Men of Israel will be the sisters, one courtesy to Zulu. Men of Israel, on Shabbat. Imagine. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Allah Hashem Yahweh Shai. Got your top. You say it down. Class.
Let me know when you cut it.